First thing is, what can you tell us about RJ right now, what happened to him, and also the charge that which he got hurt the last time?
Well, I mean, I don't fully know. I mean, RJ's fine, but, you know, he got hit a number of times. He had a dislocated finger on his shooting hand. He got hit in the nose, and then the last one, the charge that he took, he got hit in the eye. So he's pretty banged up. But in terms of being alert and aware, he's fine.
Some of the guys were talking about his toughness. Could you just kind of speak to that?
I mean, you don't have to talk about it. He is tough. You know, his willingness to stick his body and sacrifice his body out there on the floor was a difference maker for us, being able to have a chance to win the game. I mean, loose balls, and you know, at the beginning of the year, one of the things that we were doing in transition, we were allowing teams just to convert, and we talked about if we turn the ball over, that we have to get back in transition and not allow teams to be able to score. And because RJ is usually back there, because the one man is back in terms of defensive balance, he's the last line of defense, and the way he sacrificed his body today to take a couple charges was a difference maker for us.
Hubert, the way they go ahead on the Gerard three, I think it's like 55 seconds left in the final minute, but your team's ability to not succumb to that, and you know, building is loud, right?
I mean, we've been there before. I mean, we've been in tight situations before, and so that's one of the luxuries and the beauty of this team, is that we've been in situations like this before. And so, you know, making a shot with 55 seconds to go and you're down by 2, that's so much time, so much stuff can happen. A lot did happen. And so having that type of experience and being in those situations allow you to be in the moment, be calm, and be able to execute. And that's what we did down the stretch. You know, there were plays that needed to be made on both ends of the floor, and despite being down by 2 with a minute to go, we were able to make those plays and come up with a huge win.
We were just kind of piggybacking off of that. I was going to ask something similar. What did you see from, you know, your team at that moment? Did you see confidence? Did you see fight?
I saw confidence, and I saw a sense of calmness, because we've been there before. I mean, we've been there before this year. We didn't have to go back to last year. This year, I feel like we've been in so many late game situations, and you know, sometimes didn't turn out our way, and sometimes they have. And so the experience of being in those situations allow you to be focused, allow you to be calm, and be able to execute, and that's what we did tonight.
Pete said, playing 40 minutes, he was kind of tired the last couple of minutes, but he's there to make that play at the end, right?
Tired the last couple of minutes, no chance. He was great for us. I couldn't take him out.
Yeah.
One of the things that you have to do against Syracuse's zone is, you know, you have to attack the basket through postal penetration. You got to get the ball into the middle. It was so huge to have Pete out there, because one, when he caught the ball in the middle, he could score and he could pass. But number 2, he was so tall that we could get it to him. And you know, the 2 guys that felt most comfortable in that situation were Leaky and Pete. And I just didn't feel like there was an opportunity and a chance to be able to take him out, and he stepped up, and he was huge tonight.
Hubert, when you went out there to check on RJ at the very end when he was down, sort of writhing a little bit, was he? You mentioned him being alert afterward. Was he alert there on the court when you went to check? Like, what did you?
He was alert, but he was hurting pretty bad, and so I asked the ref, could I go out there on the floor and see RJ, and he just had been on the floor for a while. There was a lot of blood, and just wanted to make sure that he was doing okay.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what your game plan was going in for Chris Bell and how you guys think you did today?
Well, I mean, Chris is an unbelievable shooter. I mean, you give him any type of space. I mean, he can score. He can score off the bounce. He can score, catch and shoot. He has tremendous size. His strength is being able to catch and shoot. Honestly, I don't think we did a really good job on him. I mean, he had 15 points. And, in the second half, he had some big shots to really put him in position to catch up because we had a nice lead, and he's a really good player.
Those threes that Caleb hit early, was there a different feeling to them for you? You know, they were all catch and shoots, and you know, you guys were moving the ball. I think you had 14 assists on your 16 buckets in the first half. Like, was there?
Yeah, we got back to sharing the basketball. I didn't even see it. 20 assists. Thanks for telling me, Kirsch. It's great.
We got you, Hubert. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
But I mean, did you feel that there was a different look or a different feeling from Caleb, the way he took those early, and the fact that they went in obviously didn't hurt?
Well, you know, Caleb is a really good shooter. I mean, you know, there are times where, in one of the discussions that we've had, for whatever reason, there are times where, you know, you're just out of rhythm. You're just not making shots. The thing that you have to do is you have to continue to shoot, and you have to continue to shoot good shots. And I felt like the shots that Caleb took tonight were good shots. And once that first one went in, I know he was ready to go. And I saw a sign of Caleb being able to shoot the ball better because he was shooting the ball a lot better in practice. And that's really a sign. You know, you can be struggling in practice, struggling in the game, but once you start to find that rhythm in the game, it doesn't take long to find that to the court during the game. And he was in a really good rhythm at the beginning of the game, and I was really proud of him.
You went to bounce back. 77% highest assist field goal rate of the year. 76.9.
There you
It's
go.
too late. Too late.
You went to Tyler quite a few times tonight. What did you like that he was able to
He
give you
wasn't
guys?
scared. He wasn't scared. One, he could shoot the basketball. Two, he likes to compete. And three, he was not scared. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't tentative on both ends of the floor, unaffected by the crowd, not affected by Syracuse's length and so on. And he looks comfortable out there and confident.
Hubert, it's already been asked, but I'm curious about what you saw in the last play with the drive by Judah, and then what happened next physically to RJ on that play? You said he was a lot of blood. Like, what did he hit in the face?
He got hit in the eye.
In the eye.
Yeah, he got hit right above the eye, and Judah is an unbelievable penetrator and finisher, and so in those situations, especially in transition, you know, he's just really good. And RJ guessed right and did a really good job of taking the charge and sacrificing his body. And in that situation, we needed it. If he didn't do that, Judah would have scored, got fouled, or both. And it was just a wonderful, unbelievable, unselfish, tough play by RJ.
Take a couple more.
Hubert, you guys have won 4 in a row, and I think 10 of your last 12. Is that right, Kirsch? 9 of your last?
Yeah.
10 of the last 12.
But with all that said, does this break that you're getting now come at a good time, do you think, for this team?
It does. I think, you know, it does. I think this stretch it's been a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this week off is good for two things. One, to be able to catch our breath and be able to heal our bodies and be able to rest. But number two, have an opportunity to work on us. I felt like over the last month and a half, every one of our practices has been in preparation like for a scout, for an opponent. And so you're working on yourself, but you're working on yourself in regards to the team that you're playing against. Now, you got some time to work on us and get some rest. And my hope is this week we can get better, we can get healthier, we can get rested, and then be ready to go next week to start conference play again.
This is your second straight road win. What growth have you seen from the team in terms of playing on the road now?
Yeah, you know, I never looked at it like, wow, we're really struggling on the road. I think the losses that we had, we just lost. You know, I didn't contribute it to while we were on the road. I feel like we're getting better. We got a long way to go. There's a number of areas that we can improve on, but I feel like we're getting better. The area that I think we're getting better the most is, you know, I've talked to you about the most important thing for us is sticking to the discipline and the details, it's the little stuff, and just being more consistent and doing the discipline and the details and the things that we practiced, talked about in practice consistently. And I feel like we're getting better on doing that. So still a work in progress. At the end of the day, we'll find out how good we can become, but I like the direction that we're going.
One more?
Coach, how important was it for your team to get to the free throw line tonight in this
Oh,
one?
it's huge. I mean, that's a huge part of our offense. We only went to the free throw line twice in the first half. We went to the free throw line 21 times in the second half. We get to the free throw line more than anybody in the conference. Percentage-wise, we didn't even shoot the ball well. We missed 9 free throws. That's very uncharacteristic for us. And so, for us to have offensive success, we have to attack the basket through postal penetration. We have to get to the free throw line. We have to make free throws in order for us to be efficient offensively. And we made a change, and I felt like we were more aggressive in the second half to get those fouls and allow us to get to the free throw line and win.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.